WWOR, Fox television affiliate in New York City. The date is 9/11/2001. Donald Trump is being interviewed. The towers have just collapsed, and he talks about the fact that I've built buildings like this. This building is incredibly sturdy. It's one of the strongest in the world. It's basically solid metal. How in the world did this collapse without there being bombs on the airplane or bombs in the building? Now, why is this so important? Because if Donald Trump was an insider, he would have known there was a stand down that day and that Saudi Arabia was involved in 9/11 with criminal elements of our government. He would have gone along with the official story, but he didn't. He was there day one saying what I was saying on the radio at the exact same time. And one great byproduct of people digging through Donald Trump's past trying to find dirt is they're pulling up all this incredible information that shows us how independent he is. Donald Trump saw what thousands of engineers years later talked about. The fact that the building clearly had bombs in it. Remember on the campaign trail, he raised Jeb Bush and the Carlyle Group and Bush Sr. and George W. and the 9/11 stand down and the 28 pages. That's why Donald Trump's so real. That's why Donald Trump is so amazing. I've been told by people that have known him for 40 plus years that Donald Trump is aware of the entire program and has basically just been waiting for the American people to wake up so the time was right to restore this republic. But I want to go ahead and play this video for you right now from 15 years ago on 9/11 with the #1 Fox affiliate in New York and New Jersey, WWOR, with Donald Trump. Think about this. Big modern steel buildings have never fallen from fire. They never have fallen. In fact, insurance states they can't, but on 9/11, 3 buildings, including Building 7, fell. Now, let's get in the time machine and go back to this newly discovered video that's spreading across the web virally of Donald Trump talking about bombs in the World Trade Center.
Great.
Donald, you're probably the best known builder, particularly of great buildings in the city. There's a great deal of question about whether or not the damage and the ultimate destruction of the buildings was caused by the airplanes, by architectural defect, or possibly by bombs or aftershocks. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, it was an architectural defect. You know, the World Trade Center was always known as a very, very strong building. Don't forget, that took a big bomb in the basement. Now, the basement is the most vulnerable place because that's your foundation, and it withstood that. And I got to see that area about 3 or 4 days after it took place because one of my structural engineers actually took me for a tour because he did the building. And I said, I can't believe it. The building was standing solid, and half of the columns were blown out. I mean, so this was an unbelievably powerful building. If you know anything about structure, it was one of the first buildings that was built from the outside. The steel, the reason the World Trade Center had such narrow windows is that in between all the windows, you had the steel on the outside. So you had the steel on the outside of the building. That's why when I first looked, and you had big, heavy I-beams, when I first looked at it, I couldn't believe it because there was a hole in the steel. And this is steel that was, you remember the width of the windows in the World Trade Center, folks. I think, you know, if you were ever up there, they were quite narrow. And in between was this heavy steel. I said, how could a plane, even a 767 or 747 or whatever it might have been, how could it possibly go through the steel? I happen to think that they had not only a plane, but they had bombs that exploded almost simultaneously, because I just can't imagine anything being able to go through that wall. Most buildings are built with the steel is on the inside around the elevator shaft. This one was built from the outside, which is the strongest structure you can have, and it was almost just like a can of soup.
You know, Donald, we were looking at pictures all morning long of that plane coming into building number 2, and when you see that approach the far side, and then all of a sudden, within a matter of a millisecond, the explosion pops out the other side.
Right. I just think that it was a plane with more than just fuel. I think, obviously, they were very big planes. They were going very rapidly.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take Take action.